Virgo, welcome to your February reading. We're going to look at your love life, your health, wealth, and home, and pull a card for your overall energy this month, as well as pull some oracles at the end. The intention is for this reading to be for February of 2025, but it doesn't have to be. As much as I'd like to control the energy, I find that I usually don't. So whenever you see this, it could resonate with you or be relevant. That's about all I have. You're my 6th reading, and you're also the 6th house. So it's your turn. Spirit, angels, ancestors, and guides. I get one card for love for Virgo in February. Okay, we got the 6 of Pentacles, but it was kind of spinning around, so I'm going to put it sideways to remember that fact. Health for Virgo, please, in February. Health. Thank you. The Magician, beautiful. See your card. Wealth. Wealth for Virgo, thank you. Justice. Alright, I'm not taking that. The home. King of Swords. Overall energy for Virgo in February, please. Overall energy for Virgo. The Princess of Swords. Well, that's nice. I think that's a good energy for Virgos. Can you clarify the Justice card for Virgo, please? Okay. This card came out right after I pulled the health card. And I put it back because my mind was confused. I was thinking I should clarify that, but I was also simultaneously moving on to your home card, so I didn't know where this belonged, so I didn't take it, but there it is. Just wanted to point out there are no mistakes, right? Give me one more card for the overall energy, please. Okay. Oh, we're getting 3. Beautiful, Virgo. Beautiful. Death card at the bottom of the deck with the Hierophant. Wow, and the 6 of Swords. I love this energy. So, Death card and the Hierophant, to me, immediately this tells me that you're going through changes, you're leveling up, things are moving, 6 of Swords, and my guess would be improving. 2 of Pentacles, yeah. There's a lot of balancing going on here, which I think is beautiful, and it kind of reminds me of the Pisces reading a little bit already, which doesn't surprise me because the nodes just moved into Pisces and Virgo. So Pisces is your sister sign, and you are the South Node presently. South Node is in Virgo, and the North Node is in Pisces. So both of you signs are being activated at this time, and I mean, I think it's mostly good, I would assume, for most Pisces and Virgos. This is a good time, I would guess, because our energy is being favored, right? It's the other people. who might have difficulties navigating these waters, I want to say, because North Node's in Pisces, and Pisces is water. So just to clarify, because I think I misspoke and I didn't mean to, the second pile is your health, the third is your wealth. For some of you, though, because I did mess up, it's possible that the two might be reversed. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I have cat hair all over me. I really hope it's not showing up on camera. It probably is. I was playing with my cat, Moses Purryburser, Sir Purryburser. Momo, hi. You want to come here? He's right. He's just off of the camera. I think he's getting ready to sleep. But I have all these lights on, so I don't know. He's probably not too happy about that. But there are other rooms, but he's choosing to be here, but he's not. I don't think he's getting up. Well, you're already at the bottom of the clarifying deck, so I love that. I'm going to clarify for sure your love here, Virgo, because the Six of Pentacles is coming out, like I said. This flipped around as it was coming out of the deck and in my hand again as I was trying to put it on the table. So I could just read into that, or I can clarify. So I'm gonna clarify. Clarify the Six of Pentacles, please, for Virgo in love. Why is the 6? Queen of Cups. One more. Okay, well, we have the Empress coming out kind of sideways and the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I think that's cute because my daughter is a Virgo and no one loves her more than I do. I am her mother. The Empress is a card of mothers, but it's also a card of nurturing, giving, receiving. So naturally that's coming out for the Six of Pentacles, but sideways. And then the Queen of Cups here, similar energy. So we have very feminine energy showing up here, but one of them kind of coming out sideways. So I'm not super concerned about this, Virgo. I think that you might be in a beautiful connection, one where you're giving and receiving in equal amounts and things are very balanced. However, because these cards are indecisive, you could be dealing with a Libra, but the Empress is also Taurus. Queen of Cups is Cancer for me, but it could be any water sign. We have Libra showing up here again, and Cancer again in your overall energy, as well as Leo. Possibly Gemini, because the Magician for me is Gemini and Virgo. It's Mercury for me. So that's both you guys. Anyway, so those are the signs I'm seeing here at the moment that you could be dealing with. But for some of you, there's a question of give and take, right? There's a question of, are you being valued? Are you receiving the amount of love and care, effort, attention that you give out, right? And of course, if you're not, then that leaves you in a deficit, right? So the goal is that we want to be in connections that give back to us the way we give. Now, this doesn't mean, as I said in one of my recent readings, this does not mean that you nickel and dime every single thing, right? No, because in reality, the connections that we are in with our friendships, doesn't matter, friendships, relationships, even our activities, right? They should give to us in ways that we don't have to ask for, and that just come naturally, like as a natural effect of us being involved with that person, place, thing, whatever it is. Does that make sense? So I don't feel this as a concern, but maybe just a reminder. 10 of Cups is at the bottom of the deck with the Knight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the 3 of Cups. Good Lord. I mean, these are beautiful cards. Beautiful cards. But the Knight of Wands does indicate often an energy of inconsistency, right? And inconsistency can be very exhausting, especially for someone like a Virgo, or just anyone really, but Virgo especially. I mean, sane, healed, emotionally mature people are not going to enjoy an inconsistent energy. There are people out there who enjoy it. They like excitement. They like disappointment. They're addicted to trauma bonding, right? And this is what they perceive to be love and perceive to be exciting in a connection. But balanced, healthy people, they like consistency. And consistency is imperative for our mental health. I mean, inconsistency, a lack of consistency in any relationship is a number one contributing factor to mental illness and maladaptive behavior, right? And patterns. So, for some of you, you got to ask yourself, is this my happily ever after? Is this my dream? Is this what I envisioned for myself? Is this my future? Am I building something that can last? Am I building something that can be built, that has any potential to grow? So if you're serious, I mean, obviously if you're not serious in love, then those aren't questions, I guess, that matter at this point in time. But when you are, those are questions you ask yourself, right? Where can I see this? Can this be sustained? That, I feel like, is the number one question. Can this be sustained? And this doesn't have to be with a person even, right? Love can be many things. It can be our passions. It can be ourselves, our life, where we choose to put our energy and our time. And one of the major questions that we need to ask when we're deciding where to put our energy and time is, how sustainable is this for me? Can I continue to do this? And you answer that by evaluating what it brings for you. Like, how does it inspire you? And I hope that makes sense. But like reading tarot, for example, 90% of the time when I'm doing a reading, it might take me 2 hours to do the reading, sometimes more. And then I gotta edit and make it smooth, and I gotta change the lighting so that it looks nicer. Because even though I have so many lights on in here, it's still not the way I would like it to look. And all these little tweaks, right, that I have to do. But I really enjoy that. That speaks to I got a little Virgo in my chart, and I really like to critically analyze things and do very meticulous work like that. Like, I love editing, whether it's video or writing, doesn't matter. I enjoy editing, and I enjoy reading, right? It's invigorating most of the time for me to either share your good energy and tell you about it, because I personally have a Leo moon, which makes me, like, I always say, kind of like the designated cheerleader. Like, I love hyping up other people, and I love cheerleading for people. I love seeing other people succeed, right? Like, these are things that I thrive on. So that hypes me up. And on top of that, I also enjoy yelling at people. If I see a problem, I enjoy pointing out ways in which people are harming themselves and trying to direct them, right? Trying to inspire them to fix that problem. That's probably something most Virgos can relate to. Right? Everyone says how nitpicky and critical Virgos are, but it's all out of love, right? You're trying to help. Same. So I like fixing problems. And these are all things, like, by the time I'm done with a reading, sometimes I'm starving because it does mess, well, not reading per se, but channeling, dealing with the supernatural tends to drain my blood sugar and my energy a little bit. But I try not to channel so much in my readings, especially at this juncture, because I just don't have that many subscribers. So I feel like that amount of time and energy and work for just a small number of people, and I'm not getting paid, just doesn't seem worth it for me. I get very disappointed when I spend time channeling, and to me that's very, like, emotional, personal, and things like this. And then when I give that information and then, like, no one sees it, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why did I bother? Because it is an investment for me, right? So just as an example, I know I just went off on a tangent, but that's a prime example of what I'm talking about here. How much do you want to invest? How much can you invest? And ideally, you want to be in situations where you give your all because it makes sense to, because it's worth it to do so. And you're receiving something in return that you can't really calculate a value for, right? So this is about giving your life, which is what you do when you spend time and energy on things. You're giving your life to it. So in turn, it should be giving you equal or greater amounts of life. And for the most part, it should be effortless, right? I hope that makes sense. So let's just move on to your health, because I don't see this as a problem. I think it's just some things that we need to think about, and we need to, like, checks and balance on some things. For some of you, it might be more of a problem, but for most of you, I feel like this is just sort of a taking inventory of where we're at and whether or not we're at a deficit or if we're winning in the things that we're investing in, the people that we're investing in. Like I said, is this the opportunity that I dreamed of, right? For some of you, it could be starting a family, for sure. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Cups with the Empress. For some of you, you could be starting a family, for sure. And with the Six of Pentacles, that could be, you know, maintaining your own equilibrium, balancing your diet, and taking care of yourself. Making sure that you're putting yourself first. Particularly your health, but your emotions and your wellness as well. So, for your health, we have the Magician. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I feel like if any of you have had any health concerns, you're coming back. You're bouncing back, right? You're getting better if there's been any illness or what have you. But for most of you, I feel like this is just a gorgeous energy of you acquiring all of the tools, medications, regimens, whatever it is, whatever you do need to keep yourself healthy, to stay on track. So, I mean, I can't, for your card to come out in any of these positions is lovely, but I love it in your health for sure, because that tells me that you are who you are when it comes to health, right? You are in your optimal, showing up in your optimal energy. And I mean, to bounce off of that, because I think it's related, in your overall energy, we have the Sun and the Ace of Swords, which to me could also indicate healing, recovery, but it's also like a great sense of clarity. So if there's anything that you are confused about or wondering about or investigating at this time with the Page of Swords, I feel like you could be uncovering that information. It's just something I'm kind of picking up here. Like, sometimes Virgos are seen or framed as investigators. Like, I know there's one deck, which I just put it away a few days ago. One deck I have, the Hermit card, is a lady who looks like she's like on the internet, like spying, like gathering information like a secret agent. And that can kind of be Virgo energy, right? Because you are Mercury, which is the mind, thoughts, communication, but in a more introverted way, in a more considered, conscientious sort of way than like Gemini, who often just likes to talk ad nauseum. So, and in regards to health, you could be, if you are searching for answers or like a medication or some sort of healing device, you could be finding it, you could be locating it, you could be discovering what it is that's going to upgrade your health, change your life in some way, I feel like, with the Death card and the Hierophant. So you could be having a breakthrough when it comes to your health and your healing. Furthermore, we do also have the Chariot card here. So once again, if we're talking about health, the Chariot card can signify to me overcoming something, crawling out of the hole, if there was one to begin with. I don't feel like there was one, but for any of you who are struggling with your health or who have had a difficult time, some sort of hole that you do need to crawl out of, real or metaphoric, I feel like you could be gathering the tools necessary to do that at this time, having a breakthrough, gaining clarity, and healing in a big way. And for those of you who perhaps, if this is like, because the Page of Swords to me can sometimes be delayed news. So if some of you have been in the dark about something with the Sun card here coming out, and if you are gaining clarity, the Ace of Swords is similar to that. This could be helping you to move on in some way if there has been something holding you back, or perhaps you've been toiling over a breakup or something like this, right? The Chariot tells me that you're going to get what you need to move on, to overcome whatever setback this created for you. One other thing I would mention here with the Magician and these beautiful cards underneath it is that for some of you, if you are, in terms of health, seeking alternative medicine of some sort, this could be an indicator of that. Or if you haven't considered that, maybe you do want to consider that as something that could address any health concerns you do have. For most of you, I think this is simply you finally like organizing your life or structuring things or getting the right approvals or whatever it is you need to have everything at your disposal that you need to support your health and thrive the way you're supposed to. Okay, so then we move on to your wealth. Justice with the Ace of Pentacles, more beautiful energy. Justice to me says that you will get back what you put in, right? So any money you're spending, I feel like you're investing it wisely. It's coming back to you, and you are keeping a very good balance of your spending. For some of you, if you are starting a new job, a new venture, a new project, my one caution would be to make sure that you are not overworking, right? I know that a lot of Virgos can be very creative, very passionate, and when they get focused on something, they stay like laser focused on it, right? And it's like almost like a hyperfixation or obsession. And I'm very similar. Like I'll forget to eat, I'll forget to get up and go to the bathroom when I need to. It just, everything else goes out of the window. And I get hyper-focused as well when I'm really passionate about doing something. But this is cautioning me here to make sure while you're building, while you're creating, while you're doing whatever, especially if it's a new venture that you're super hyped up about, make sure that you're taking the time to balance out your activities, your energy, make sure you're taking care of yourself, right? Don't just throw yourself into this one thing and forget and neglect yourself and your family or whatever the case may be, right? But like I said, for some of you, you're starting a new job or a new venture or a new project, and it is right up your alley, and it's going to give back to you exactly how you give to it. And if you're getting a promotion or something like that, like this is something that you've earned, something you deserve. Some of you may work in the justice system, like you might be lawyers, something like this. It's a very good profession, I feel, for Virgos. You could be getting a big case, or being involved. If you're not a lawyer per se, you could be getting involved in a big case, something pivotal, I feel. But for as a blanket statement for most of you, I feel like this is just a beautiful energy saying that everything is coming into balance. If you need money, if you've been lacking in money, something is coming up to fill that void. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Virgo. I laugh because in the Pisces reading I felt similarly as like, why am I here? You don't even need advice. Like, this is gorgeous. But I do think we all need to hear from time to time to take care of ourselves, respect ourselves, demand reciprocity, and make sure that we're balancing things out in our life, right? Like, we all need to be reminded that we're important and that even if no one else is going to take care of us and respect us and nurture us, it's our responsibility to do that for ourselves, regardless, right? So I'm just trying to make myself feel better for sitting here and just blowing smoke, but it's not. I mean, this is gorgeous, Virgo. I love this. So, in your home, though, we do have the King of Swords. And he's a little... I have to go back to my Gemini reading where Gemini was showing up as the King of Swords. So maybe you live with the Gemini who's a little tyrannical or rigid. This feels a little structured, especially for a home, okay? So we're going to clarify him for sure, because what's going on here? For some of you, you might just have too much to do, right? Too many responsibilities. Maybe you're in charge of running the home, and it's a lot. But for others of you, oh wow, okay. Can I get one more? The Star. Well, some of you could live with an Aquarius. There you are at the bottom of the deck, the Hermit, with the Moon and the Six of Cups, 4 Wands. Interesting. Some of you could... I don't really like this energy, Virgo. Some of you could feel really isolated at this time, or you could be very nostalgic for like previous times, childhood, or someone else's childhood. I don't know. There could be like increased responsibilities that you have to take care of in your home. Things like this. It just feels a little rough. And with the King of Swords here, clarifying the King of Swords with also the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I don't really love this. This can speak to me about like abusive situations or just stifling situations where it's putting a damper on your creativity, your lust for life, your energy, and things like this being low. But yeah, I don't love this. Like, this almost gives me like a prison vibe, right? King of Swords is law and order. We have him coming out twice, upright and then reversed. So, on a very mundane level, this could just be that you've got a lot of chores to do. It's very law and order in your house. Everything's very structured, and it could be a little stifling. It's not conducive to keeping your energy up or your creativity flowing. The Star here, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Did I say that? You definitely could be. There's the Moon card here, Cancer, Pisces energy as well. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is like just a little bit like depression. And that could be like because you're not allowed to be yourself, or you're not allowed to like express yourself, or you're not being recognized perhaps for what you are giving to the home. Stuff like this, which we could bounce back here to your love life, where that Six of Pentacles kind of spun around in circles. If you have children, Six of Cups, it could be a source of I don't want to say strife, but stress, right? Maybe they're not contributing, they're not helping, they're not completing their chores or their responsibilities, and it's turning you into this type of person here with the King of Swords in reverse, where it's like we're not allowed to have fun because there's too many responsibilities. So let's get one more card for that. Give me one more for this King of Swords here in the home. No, that's too many cards. It's the same cards I just talked about that wanted to come out. One more for the King of Swords. Alright, Nine of Cups, Page of Swords coming out kind of in reverse. So, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, you could have a child. You could be a single parent here. You could have a child or an immature person with the Page of Swords in reverse in your environment who's a little bit lazy, or, like I said, doesn't want to do their part, right? Doesn't want to, if they're a child, like they don't want to do their chores, or they don't want to do their school work, things like this. They could be a little bit scattered, or maybe this is you and this is how you're feeling, right? You just want to rest on your laurels and not really take care of your responsibilities. And if you do live with someone else, or maybe just if you live by yourself, there's these two aspects of you, right? Like the responsible you giving yourself a lecture, and the irresponsible you not wanting to do things. Okay. However, on the extreme end of this, okay, I have the King of Swords coming out in reverse and the Page of Swords coming out in reverse. And I don't like that at all for abusive relationships. Okay, that's a big red flag for me for someone who is abusive. I'm not going to quantify how much abuse needs to exist in order for you to call it abuse, but this can be someone who is very harsh in their words, who is, potentially mentally ill, and things like this. It could be a paranoid person, like I said, emotionally, verbally abusive person. Okay. And I don't know, I can't quantify the severity of that, but this makes me very concerned about that prospect. And Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with the Seven of Wands. Yes, I feel like I don't know who I'm talking to, okay? But the best course of action if you are in an abusive situation is to change your environment, to create boundaries with this person in whatever way you can, whether that is by finding a new place to live where this person does not exist there, or if that's not possible, in some other way that doesn't make the abuse worse. And I can't necessarily, without knowing this person, say what that would be. But please seek help, guidance, advice from a professional if that is something that you are dealing with, because I would strongly encourage you to remove yourself from a situation like that. Okay? So I hate to end it on that note, Virgo. I think most of this is beautiful, but that is a little concerning to me in its extreme. And it does not have to be extreme. Like I said, some of you could just be dealing with a lack of wanting to be responsible, or someone who is in that energy and it makes everything difficult for everyone, right? When someone doesn't want to participate in the household and do the things that they need to do. Okay. Can we get one oracle, please, for Virgo? From the Enchanted Map Oracle. One card for Virgo. Thank you. Wide Open, number 42. I don't know if I've ever seen this card. Okay. It says, you are free to express your uniqueness to the world and share in all the bounty of life's endless possibilities. All manner of opportunities are presented to you at this time. The Wide Open card is a signal that you're able to truly manifest your dreams and that your goals are in sight. Don't remain small and contracted. Instead, expand your horizons beyond what you believe to be your limitations. You have a unique voice that needs to be expressed in the world. The universe is supportive of new ideas and approaches at this time, so speak up and speak out. This card is the sign of the maverick who freely roams the wide open space of possibility. Allow for a greater vision to replace old ideas as you dream a grander dream. Yeah, with the Star and the Nine of Cups here, I definitely felt that kind of like dreaming, like potentially someone dreaming of being somewhere else. But I mean, for sure, in order to get to places, right, like that where we are, what does this say? Where we are really manifesting our dreams and bringing our visions to light, sometimes we have to be disciplined, and exerting extreme discipline can make us a little upside down, right? It can suppress other parts of ourselves, but this card doesn't really feel like that at all. And I was feeling kind of an energy of like maybe within your home you don't feel like you can be yourself, or that you can be free for whatever reason, perhaps because of judgment, or I don't know who you live with, but you know, maybe other people's opinions. Okay, let's get one from Believe in Your Own Magic to close it out. For Virgo Spirit, can I get one card for Virgo from the Believe in Your Own Magic deck? Lavender at the bottom of the deck, card number 19. Surround yourself with love. The card that came out for you, card number 33. Nostalgia. Focus on the here and now. Yeah. Didn't I say something like that? Something about nostalgia? I definitely felt that a little bit. I'm not sure why, but I guess we all have nostalgia sometimes. For, you know, certain things that were better at a previous time when life was simpler, life was easier. And we also have several planets, well, at least 2, going into retrograde soon, including Mercury, so that's your ruling planet. That could have something to do with this energy. 33, nostalgia. Focus on the here and now. You're spending the majority of your time daydreaming, wondering what could have been if only things had gone the way you wanted. By doing this, you aren't giving yourself a fair chance. Truth is, there's nothing you can do to change what happened, no matter how many scenarios you craft in your mind. Make improvements to your present, not your imaginary. Be sure to nurture what you've been given. Well, that hits it right there. That hits it for me. I do feel like a lot of you are coming to that realization right now, and you are showing up in the here and now, moving on from anything that was holding you back, making you question. Beautiful. I love you guys. I hope that helps. I will see you next time.